Good morning, everyone. I hope you woke up in a good spirit and you had your lemon with water with lemon, and maybe some cayenne pepper with it. What I do is I collect the lemons when I work with them in the kitchen, and I put them in water. They can stay up to 2 days in the fridge, and I add some cayenne pepper. It is great for your blood and for the nourishment of the blood, and also the lemon will stimulate the liver to work. So I hope you had all that, or whatever routines you have in the morning. And now we are going to talk about the rotational diet. The rotation diet is included in the book called Eat, Move and Be Healthy. This book is published by the Czech Institute. You can find it in chapters or Barnes & Noble, I think it was the name in the States of the store. It is a fantastic book about simple steps you can make in your lifestyle that can change entirely your situation with your condition. And why we do rotation diet? We do rotation diet to find out which foods are causing intolerance, allergies as well, which foods work the best for us. And with the help of the rotation diet, we also nourish and support the digestive system, because the main thing of the rotation diet is the variety. You know very well when you go to the store to do your groceries that very often you do buy the same thing over and over. You buy the lettuce, you buy one bell pepper or one pepper at all, you buy a few onions, the potatoes, and these are the main things we eat, right? In the rotation diet, you have groups of proteins, carbohydrates, and miscellaneous that you can alternate. The fats are the same. All these foods are having the same protein base or the same protein, similar protein formula. And also in terms of the plants, they are accepted and treated by the digestive system in a similar way. So the preparedness of the body to get these nutrients is very similar, and the body has finally more resources in order to digest and assimilate those foods. Okay. So what else can we say? This is diet. It's called 4-day rotation diet because these are 4 groups of foods which are alternated each day. And if you eat the foods of the first day, the certain foods the first day, then you eat them on Friday. And I'm going to go over it, and I'll give you some examples with the most conventional food that are included in here. For instance, on day 1, from carbohydrates, there are kiwi, banana, mango, papaya. These are your fruits. From the celery, you have from the vegetables, you have celery, fennel, tomato, you have parsnip, parsley, lettuce. Then you go day 1, protein foods. These are beef, codfish, herring, lamb, liver. Meanwhile, talking about liver, last night also I watched one of the doctors I follow who says how important it is to eat liver more than once or twice a week. Small amounts, but often. Your digestive system really needs that. Then you have miscellaneous, where you have some spices, herbs like clove, coffee, honey, fennel, paprika, pistachio, macadamia nuts, and etc. How they are combined? As I said, they're combined due to their protein foundation and structure, and also due to their taxonomy. If you are aware that the way we have different animals, that they are different plant species, and those plants are in different groups. Plants are in charge of the planet. They can be very toxic, and they can really control our bodies. Why? Because we eat plants, and the animals we consume eat plants as well. So all these goodies are coming into your body. So I continue with the second day. The second day for carbohydrates, you have things like dates, figs, pears, broccoli, Brussels sprouts, the brassica vegetables. Then you have proteins like chicken, duck, goose, ostrich, turkey, tuna, quail, and etc. So those flying meats. Yeah, I have a lot of flies here, I guess, as well. Miscellaneous, you have cardamom, ginger, oregano, and etc. I will publish the main foods which are most often purchased in the stores by people, because the charts are very big, in a post after the live. And then you have day 3, where for the carbohydrates have things like plum, pineapple, raspberry, strawberry, chives, corn, garlic, onion, peas, and etc. For protein, you have things like chickpea, flounder, halibut, kidney beans, and other beans, shark, rabbit, pork, sole, and for miscellaneous, you have things like almond, Brazil nuts, licorice, peanuts, vanilla, etc. So the day 4, you have carbohydrates like lemon, lime, chard, okra, rhubarb, spinach, squash. And for protein, you have things like lobster, mackerel, scallop, shrimp, snail, etc. And miscellaneous, you have beet, sugar, chamomile, cacao, maple syrup. So this, if it's difficult for you to do this diet, use the training rotation diet. Very often when I used to be a trainer, I was asking people to write down what they eat, and to make sure that they go back for their yesterday diet or the day before, and make sure that they don't repeat what they ate the previous 2 days. This is very important because, first of all, you give a rest to your digestive system, and then you give a support to your digestive system because you deliver different nutrients every day. I absolutely am a fan of this diet, and it's good to be followed for about 6 months in order to experience all the benefits of the diet. And one of the benefits is also losing weight. I would like to state here that weight is a very dangerous condition that occurs in our body. That's why, like, I'm going through menopause. I put a little bit of weight, not a little bit, quite a lot of weight, and I'm very much concerned because what happens is the weight in your trunk around your belly starts suppressing organs, and those organs cannot really work efficiently. They cannot pulsate or allow fluids to go into them to cleanse them, because our organs need cleansing, as well as our brain. And then that stagnation starts attracting species in the organs which are not supposed to be there. The organ gets inflammation, and eventually start getting diseased because it cannot perform their optimum function. That's why this diet helps. I really don't like the word diet because people associate it with limitations of the food, counting of the calories, all those methods that we don't use anymore because we found out they don't work in the long run. But it's a diet, it's a way of nutrition. You can eat as much as you want from this diet. Of course, I don't want to say stuff yourself with protein or carbs or food at all. No, but as much as you feel your body needs. So yes, you have two ways to follow this diet. One is to start with the foods from day one, then the different foods for day two, the different group, foods for day three, day four, and then again, foods from day 1, 2, 3, and 4. And follow that for 6 months. If you find this difficult, you follow the training rotation. You have a diary, where you are putting down every food you eat, and you make sure that the next day you don't eat any of those foods, and the day after you don't eat any of the foods the previous days, and so in 4 days. This will really ensure that you have different type of plant groups in your body, because due to their toxification taxonomy, it's called, due to their toxification abilities, our body has certain preparedness when it takes those foods and assimilate those foods and etc. It uses certain resources and amount of resources, and you have to give it a break. Sometimes the body needs to do things easier because, let's say, the day before you gave it a lot of gluten or very heavy meats like beef, buffalo, and the next day it's good to have some fish, for instance. Just a fish, meanwhile, is the protein that it's the fastest to absorb by the body. And I didn't mention the day 4. I would like to mention some foods from the day 4. This would be lemon, lime, orange, oh no, I mentioned it, rhubarb, etc. Now I remember. So yeah, this is about the rotation diet. If you have any questions, please ask me. Tomorrow I will touch on parasites. Why parasites? Because it turned out that this is not, as one of my doctors told me, haute couture, like a high fashion type of medicine. It turned out that those species live in us, and we need to take care of them. If they're harmful, we need to get rid of them. And you can do a lot of things about that. I read recently that a doctor made autopsies of 10 patients he had who died from multiple sclerosis. And those of you who have multiple sclerosis, they know that do cleanse or other similar actions to make sure our body is healthy and has enough resources of the immune system to get rid of species which we don't need. So if you have any questions, please ask me about the rotation diet. If you would like to know how your food what is in the impact of your food over your body, you just take one type of food, eat it mindfully, and wait sometimes up to 10 minutes and see if your pulse will change. Of course, for that reason, you have to take a pulse before you eat that food and then follow with your pulse. Usually the body reacts in a minute. but it can take, let's say, up to 10 minutes to react. If your pulse goes out of whack, too high, that means that this food bothers you. That means that the body has to get all the resources in order to assimilate and deal with this food. So maybe that food you should eat more rarely, or treat it differently in order to be assimilated easier. If you have any questions about this test, just let me know in the comments or contact directly with me. So yeah, that's what I wanted to say about how to test your food intolerances. Well, thank you for watching. Thank you, Cheryl Jones. If you have any questions, just let me know. If not, we'll see you tomorrow when we'll be talking about parasites.
Leave a question or comment and we'll be glad to answer. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to follow and subscribe.